I did. I'll ask it later.
So you always have private chat if you want to ask questions so that we have a record of it in the broadcast. But hello, world.
Hey, everybody.
Are we live?
We are.
Yep.
All right. So, I'm going to look right now, you guys, to see if we're actually live or if we aren't live.
Okay. Easter egg hunt. Let's go check.
Are we on the Blaze or are we on Yola?
We're on Yola PDX.
Okay.
We're live on Facebook.
We are
live on.
We're excited.
We are.
All right, let me share this. Are you going to share it, Margaret, or should I share it?
You go ahead. I'm doing the YouTube part.
Okay. I almost shared it to Bookstock. Pop up Saturday Book Club.
Right.
This is great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to also share to Sanibel's page. We're live everywhere.
We will be live across the world.
Yeah.
Excellent. We're on the Yola YouTube. I just muted it. Let's see. And Mighty Blaze. And channel. Oh, that's Jenna Payon. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Where?
The only video that's up on our other channel of Mighty Blaze is Jenna's test from April.
Oh.
It's just funny to find
What's
that in there.
that?
It's just like a
So,
Zoom test.
I'm in Firefox, I mentioned, and I cannot open the Mighty Blaze's Facebook page. It's a blank page, and it says something is slowing down your page. So I can't even see anything. And again, where are we live right now? Just so we can.
We are on the Blaze, on Yellow Book.
On Blaze, what? Facebook or YouTube?
Facebook.
Facebook.
And we're also on Sanibel live right now.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So we're on 3 Facebook pages?
No YouTube, just Facebook, right?
Okay.
Margaret?
Yes, you're checking the Facebook side, and I'm checking the YouTube side. We're on the Yola page, and it says we're
on the Yellow YouTube page. Yes?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm clear. Okay.
YouTube side. So
on the, yeah.
So on Facebook, we are on Blaze, Yola, and Sanibel right now. So we are doing 3 conferences at the same time. Super exciting.
Exciting.
And then on YouTube, we're on Margaret's page, and so I'm just double checking
on YouTube.
That
and so the 3 Facebook pages, we're not sharing it. We're streaming directly to them, or are we sharing it?
No,
we're sharing.
Margaret is streaming directly to Yola, and I am sharing from there to Sanibel and
to gotcha. Okay, good. This is all helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So guys, bear with us while we're making some sausage. Everybody is helping us make the sausage today. And
I really appreciate it.
What you wanted to do on your Saturday morning is help us make some sausage. But we're really excited to be hosting Sanibel Island Writers Conference today. And so we thought we would pop online and pop into your living rooms or your brunch nooks or whatever you're doing and share some of our favorite reads. I'm Jenna Blum. I am the co-founder of the Mighty Blaze. And I'm here today with Tom, who is our tech guru, and Margaret, who's also our tech guru, and owns her own festival called Yola Book Upload. Yes, and I said it right, and I'm so excited about that. So, you guys, what are you reading? Tell me what you're reading.
I'm reading Colson and Whitehead, Nickel Boys. Phenomenal book. Pulitzer Prize winner.
All right. Didn't he win? He won 2 Pulitzers in a row.
No, it wasn't in a row. I think it was 2 in 3 years. I think he won 1 year off, and then he won again. He won for the Underground Railroad, and then he won for the Nickel Boys.
That's right. They were separated by 1 year.
I think so, yeah.
And I was very impressed when I thought you won it 2 years in a row, but a year between, like, what even is that? Did you read Underground Railroad?
I did not. That's going to be next because he really is a phenomenally gifted writer. It's just an excellent book. It's also a very short book. It's only a couple hundred pages. It's 200 and maybe 10 pages. But he really, really gets the story going quickly. He does a beautiful job of weaving this story along. And it's just a really engaging and very emotional story.
Can you tell us what it's about? Do you have a thumbnail idea yet?
Yeah, sure. It's in the 60s, post civil rights. So it's probably like the late 60s, maybe. I'm not quite sure exactly what year. But it's an African-American high school student who's smart, driven, motivated, talented, and is about to start some college classes. He's a sophomore. It's unclear, but he's a sophomore or a junior in high school. And he's in Florida. He lives in Tallahassee, Florida. And so it's the South in 1968, 67, whatever. And so then something happens and he ends up in this boys reformatory school. And so now it's just a complete horrible, terrible place. And so he now has to live through what that life is like for him. And so it's to me, at least, it's a story about someone who's got great potential, but because of the color of their skin, they end up in a situation that they have no control, no power over. So that's where I am, at least. I'm in the middle of the book right now.
Thank you. I actually went to see Colson read from that book when it first came out, and I was with Jenna P. Actually, we were just talking about her, one of our on-air hosts.
Yeah.
It was the first book event that we went to together. But of course, he packed. Newtonville was hosting him here in Massachusetts. Newtonville Books, which is a fantastic store. Packed church of like 500 people, and Colson was so personable and funny, and you wouldn't necessarily expect it from his work, which is so deft and vivid in terms of presenting atrocities, which I personally, as a writer, love to write about. So I'm like, Colson, you're my man. Like, I love to write about atrocities. But the way he talked about this school and it sort of being based on a real school in Florida, right, and the remains of the school after it had been dismantled very quietly, it was really chilling.
Oh, it is chilling. And so I mentioned this before too, but I'll say it now. I was reading this morning and I have a line that's such a beautifully crafted line that's chilling as well. The line is, violence is the only lever big enough to move the world.
Oh God, I hope that's not true.
I know. That's why it's a chilling line.
But in the don't tell Trump that, but
in the context of the book, it's an incredibly powerful line. So
violence is lever. Margaret, do you mind popping that up on the screen? Violence is
the only lever big enough to move the world.
Violence is the only lever big enough to move the world. Colson might have to say, yeah, that does Colson sound like a sort of a Colson line. I have to say, like, I read Underground Railroad also, and it was my favorite book of 2017.
Yeah.
It's one of the few times that I have read, thank you for that, thank you, that I've read a Pulitzer winner that I actually had to cover because I still read in print. I covered the right-hand side of the book because it was such a propulsive read that I didn't want to take the chance of seeing what was coming next on the next page. So it reads like an adventure novel.
Yeah. Wow.
And at the same time, it presented these scenes of atrocity about slavery that I have not been able to get out of my head ever since. So, like, very few writers can do that. Flannery O'Connor, I think, also is like really good at giving me these scenes that I'm like, thanks, Flannery. I'm going to remember that forever. It's like horrifying. And but I think Colson does that so well. And
he does. And even in this book, which again is 1968 or 1960s America South in Florida, but there's tremendous shades of slavery too. Again, lack of power, someone's in charge, there's punishment, there's captivity, and so there's a real sense of that. Even though it's 100 years after slavery was abolished, you have that strong sense of this still lingers across society, and it's really, really powerful because of that.
Power structures remain; they just get dismantled and made into something new.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's depressing. So now I need pastry, and like I was not prepared. I needed to bring like a big mimosa or.
I didn't mean to bring us down, but I'm just reading the book, and it's
no, it's great. And actually, of course, it's like totally. I'm in my like Hoda mode right now, but I mean, because it's Saturday morning, I feel like it's totally relevant, of course, Right. So, I
Yeah.
mean, at a time when we're reflecting on like the systemic racism in this country, to have a book that shines a spotlight on how that is baked into the sort of bread that this country is made of, it seems like super important.
Right. Right. And again, you sense that very, very strongly. I do, at least, as you read the book.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Sure.
Margaret, what are you reading?
So I have this YouTube channel, and there's something called Victober, which is Victorian literature for October. So that's what's on my docket, and I just finished Charlotte Bronte's Tales of the Islanders, which is like juvenilia, horror, gothic, and like a load of trash, really. I mean, I love Charlotte Bronte, but I was like, come on, no. So
You say that like it's a bad thing. That totally just endeared me to reading that book. If somebody's like, "Oh, it's a load of trash," I'm like, "Awesome," because it's like a gripping read. I feel
it's got a very Wattpad feel to it, if you know.
What is that? What is that? Teach me.
Wattpad. It's something that people use for fan fiction and really go off the rails and like fulfilling their fantasies, basically. So
Wait, what's it called? Say the word again, or spell that word for us. I can't.
yeah, Wattpad. I've been aware of it.
Never heard of that.
I've been aware of it as sort of on the periphery, kind of like all those tricks about like hiding self-control, hiding other apps on your screen when you're trying to write, or you're doing 700 words a day. There's just various sites that have tricks for writers trying to plug in stuff. And Wattpad is one for fan fiction. Kind of like GeoCities used to be. Anyway. Yeah,
I'm learning so much. Like I always, Margaret.
I'm on to the next one, which is the Wonderful Adventures of Mrs. Seacole in May Land. Have you guys heard of Mary Seacole?
No.
She was like the Jamaican-born Florence Nightingale. So she was a nursing practitioner, went to the Crimea War, set up a boarding house, got to know the soldiers and sailors there in the 1850s, and had a fascinating life. So it's very interesting to read so far. I'm only a few chapters into this one, but really good.
Wait, can you hold up the first one again, please? Tales of the. I'm doing this because, of course, like this is the Sanibel Island Writers Conference, so that seems like all to read, y'all. It like Charlotte Bronte fan fiction, Tales of the Islanders. Good job, girl. I see what you did there. Can you? May we have that on a crawl, please? May we have that on
Put that across the bottom.
Yeah. So I love the fact that we can change the colors. I think we should be doing this like for different speakers if we can. I totally love this. That like, mine is going to be black.
Just hyper pink is great.
Hyper pink is good. The blue was good for Tom. This is very gender biased, so shame. But
Tales of the Islanders, totally trash.
Charlotte Bronte right now is like on Twitter saying, "It not trash." It.
You read it and you tell me. There's all these like, okay, so the Duke of Wellington is like a superhero, dark, brooding, but magical person. So like he comes in and brings people back to life and like rides in on clouds, and I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah, I think it's like a dating app or like a dating site or something, like the Duke of Wellington. The Duke of Wellington. I kind of love that. I wonder, and I think this used to be much more of a thing in those days when people were like being paid by the page, like paid by the word. Right. But I think a lot of the authors who were like aspiring to write these very weighty literary things also would sort of deviate and write these really goth thrillers like Frankenstein, of course, which is the result of a bet, but I feel like, why don't we get to do that? Can I just like step over into my alternate persona and just write some trash? Like I would love to write some trash. We were actually going to do this for my Grub Street Writers Workshop. Right. We're going to have a summer workshop called
Beach Fling. What was it called? Beach Fling? No,
it was called your Summer Fling, and
Summer Fling.
To write something as debauched as possible, to cheat on yourself and to cheat on your serious books with something that was like really, really trashy. And if you felt sort of dirty and had to take a shower after you wrote, you knew you were doing it right. Something as trashy as you could to make the most money. And then the first person who was going to make a $1 billion book deal from their absolute trashy romance, whatever, was going to share it with the rest.
Yeah. So yeah, this was when
Nice.
she was 13. So this wasn't any like cost per word thing, but
yeah.
I just wanted to point out, since we're testing this new functionality, you guys can see the comments, right? We've got people on Facebook saying hello.
No,
Over to
no,
the
I
right.
can't.
About that.
No, I don't see that. I don't see any comments.
Oh,
Let you know.
Say hello again. Say hello again, everybody. I don't see any
Hello,
comments.
hello. Where is everybody watching from? Thank you for letting us parachute into your mornings. We love that.
Anissa and Joan. Joan said, "Good morning. This is a fun surprise."
Oh my God.
Yeah, hey.
John,
All right, there we go. Thank you, Joe.
And it's a joy, right? And this is like,
And what?
you guys are my girls.
Right.
Man.
And what's Joan reading right now? Joan, what are you reading right now?
Yeah, Joan and Anissa, what are you reading?
So
They're so quiet.
We'll see if they respond to us or not. Maybe they're afraid to check in with us.
Oh my gosh, no, it's great. I so love that you guys
You're from Greenville, South Carolina. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Anissa.
Yeah, I'm totally loving this. Wait, Joan, where are you from again? We need to pop Joan back up. Oh yes, books are recyclable. We put them in the little book library. You guys know
We do.
what I do with books that I don't like, which there are some.
for kindling.
No, although I could, because I do have a fireplace in my apartment, and maybe for this winter when we're all in like quarantine mode again, I'll be like, but I can't burn books. That's so not.
No,
safe.
not at all. So I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say when. I'm not going to say what. But I have a story. Somebody I know bought a trashy romance novel just because they wanted to read it, because they knew the author. They read the trashy. Can you hear?
No, it's not. No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I'm just saying it's not.
Read the trashy romance novel and then brought it back to the store and put it back in the bookshelf at the store.
Tom, I know you know all about this. We have a fancy event in the olden days when we went to events in person, and you would go and buy something from like Lord and Taylor, and like it would have keep the tags on it, and you would wear it to your event, some really expensive.
Yes, and then
and then you would bring it back, like take all your hair off it, and hope that the perfume got on it, whatever. I would never.
Of course not. So Anissa's reading Library Thief, it looks like, and then When We Were Young and Brave.
Awesome.
Nice.
I don't know those books, so please tell us about them. Joan, why are you talking about mold? Joan, why are you reading blogs about mold? I don't know.
Okay.
It's a good story there. It's a good story there somewhere.
It's a good story. So what I do with the books that I don't like, and I'm not going to hold up books that I do like right now, but like I get books I don't like. And across from my apartment here in downtown Boston, there's a bench that I used to sit on with my really old dog. And so I bring the books out to the bench, and I can see the bench from my window. And so I watch to see like people walk along, they pick the books up. Sometimes they put them back. They look around like, are we supposed to have this book? Right. And then I walk away with them. And I love it because I know that somebody has picked up a book that they really are intrigued by and want to read. And even if it was not my personal cup of tea, like I could still share a book with somebody.
That's a beautiful idea. And it reminded me of a story about this sociologist that put a bicycle out in the middle of New York City somewhere at a park and just left it. And then they tracked it with a camera, secret camera. And same thing. Somebody took it, rode it somewhere, but then left it for somebody else. And then somebody else took it, rode it somewhere and left it for somebody else. And so they had this sort of a use, but then reuse after the fact. They didn't steal it. They just borrowed it and then left it for other people.
Well, I love that.
Nice?
I'm surprised that happens in New York, because in New York, they're like run over a pedestrian or something. Joan, I'm so sorry you're reading books about floods because you had a flood in your North Carolina house. That's
I'm sorry.
So bad. So sorry
about
that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Our thoughts are with you. Our thoughts are with you.
Yes. Fire and water are bad things to have in your house in an uncontrolled way. Like those things are bad. I've had them both this year in my Minnesota house. We had a fire and we had a flood, and I was waiting for locusts, but no locusts yet.
Murder hornets. Not too far behind.
No, we had plague, fire, and flood so far. So I'm sure, and this year was supposed to be a grasshopper year. So I was like, bring it on. Didn't happen though. Yeah. So that's my mind is. All right. So here's what I'm reading, guys. So I'm reading I'm reading Blaze books. Actually, one of them is, I'm holding it up right, Monogamy by Sue Miller. I love Sue Miller. I have every book of hers that she's ever written. I have like a whole, which is a lot. I think she's written like 16 novels. So I have a Sue Miller shelf. Here she is. Yep, Sue.
Fantastic.
Hi, Sue. And Caroline Levitt interviewed her for one of our Friday Frontliners. So ICYMI. In case you missed it, you can go to our video. That was right, Margaret? It was like, no, that's not right. It's on our video archive on the Blaze, and you can go see Sue Miller. But I love this, and I have to say, I thought it was a book about a long marriage, and it kind of is. But also, the title is a little misleading because it's about a woman and a man who were married for a long time, but it is sort of like interconnected short stories in a way, showing how the man's personality impacted an entire family and in the community around him. And so I feel like the title is almost like that book Prague by Arthur Phillips, which you would think was about Prague, and in fact was about expatriates in not Prague. And now I can't remember where they were, but they weren't in Prague. I think they were in like Budapest or something.
Yeah.
So I love it when authors play with titles this way. And now I wish that I could have been on the frontliner called to elbow Caroline rudely aside the way I do and be like, ooh, I have a question. Ooh, I have a question for you, Sue, to ask her like about the title. So
yeah.
When you guys
That's a good question.
You have like, how do you come up with your titles?
Margaret, do you want to answer that first?
How do I come up with the titles for my books?
Yeah.
You know, it's near the end of the process. I was just listening to one of our interviews that says that's how it starts. And I was like, no, usually it's at the very end for me. And for a couple of my titles, I just want to make sure this is muted. Yes. Okay. For a couple of my titles, I sort of shopped it around to friends, like 4 or 5 people, and was like, how does this sound? And they were like, I don't know what it means. And I was like, okay, tough. And I went with it anyway. So yeah, it's kind of like character names. You just kind of start with something and then you're like, change it.
Yeah.
And you eventually have to decide.
I feel like my process is more like when you get a new pet, a puppy, a kitty, or whatever. It kind of speaks to you and says, "This is my name." And you have to kind of like get up there. And that's how I feel my books are. My most recent one is the title comes from a diary entry from Robert Peary, who went to the North Pole back in 1911, I believe. And so his diary entry upon arriving is the thing that really leapt out to me and became the book title. Other titles I've used for other things come to me in different ways. It just feels like it's each thing is its own unique process, I guess. So, but usually more in the beginning of my writing than the end. I want to get a sense of what this child is like as I build them, I guess. So
nice. I love that. I'm just really bad with titles. I have to write the book and then I look for a phrase in the book that is both thematic and also sounds nice. But all my titles are placeholder titles, pretty much. Like the Storm Chasers or the Lost Family or the Sosebas, like they sort of, to me, were like what I named the file on my laptop. And then I'm always surprised the editors don't change the titles. Although the Lost Family was the title I liked the best for my books because it was about a family that was lost in the war. And then it's also about a family who's lost in the 60s because of the earlier family who was lost in the war and they can't connect to each other. So I'm like, oh, this is so meta. Did I plan it that way? No.
Plays on different levels, yeah.
Anyway,
Nice.
Now when I'm at readings, people are like, oh, that's so meta. It's so genius that you did that. I'm like, okay.
Piece of cake.
And I think like I have like a little bit of guilt for not naming Henry, like allowing Henry, my puppy, to sort of name himself based on his personality. Like I had chosen his name before I got him.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not totally sure he's like a Professor Henry Higgins. Like he may grow into it, but I kind of feel like he's like Huck. He's like a sweet little frat boy who's like, where the party at? Where the beer at?
Well, he's a puppy, so.
Well, he might, as I said, he might
evolve. Yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to figure out like how on Halloween I can get him a Professor Higgins costume with like a pipe and like a hat, but I don't think he is serious.
Slippers. You have to give him slippers.
Well, he has slippers. He eats them. Short-lived costume.
He needs the tweed hat. The tweed hat, and then maybe a vest of some sort, or like
I'll get him a tweed
pocket
vest.
watch, something.
Pocket watch. That's so. See, I knew you guys would have ideas. See, you guys. That's why I love working with these guys and being friends with these guys because they have the best ideas. It's so fun.
Right.
I will actually get him a pocket watch collar.
Yeah.
Like a little
Perfect.
speed vest,
That'd
and
be
then
great.
sure that somewhere people make
Doggy pipes.
that are pipes.
It's the only way that you'll get a dog to put something in his mouth is to make it like beef jerky. And it's just gonna eat it.
Turkey pipe somewhere. I'm sure there is. Like, this is my mission today. It's what I'm going to do all day today.
Yeah. And then you have to walk them on the sunny side of the street. There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
I have often walked on this street before. I think that was Freddie, though. Henry.
Yeah, it was somebody else. It wasn't Henry Higgins, but just the play. It was the movie. You know.
Henry will be saying, "Why can't a lady be more
like a man?"
The Henry version of that right now. As he grows and evolves, he'll become more British. But unfortunately, he's like half English lab, half American lab, not full English lab. So I just really messed up the whole thing. Oh, Annabelle!
Look at our background. How nice, lovely.
It's beautiful, Margaret. Yes.
Yeah, this is one of the choices. We had no background really visible if you're close up or back, and you get to see a little bit of the background.
Beautiful.
Unless if it's 4 people, I imagine that becomes covered.
Less visible. Yeah.
So I definitely want to do this. So Anissa and Joan, we are practicing for Sanibel Island Writers Conference, which is coming up on the 24th and 25th, which is going to be amazing. I get to be a writer in the conference and also like sort of help behind the curtain here. But I'm so excited about that conference. The lineup is freaking crazy. We're going to have more red carpet, like more cocktails. We're going to be on the Blaze page and the Sanibel page. So everybody who's watching this morning, our little pop-up here, like we're so excited about this. And I love the Sanibel background. I thought that was great. And Margaret, quick question. So I should be able to comment in the chat, right? But I can't comment in the main chat. Like I don't have an icon for that.
I don't either, yeah.
Yeah, so I can go to settings and see that the guests are allowed to read viewer comments. So I've seen other people where they can see, and I've been on StreamYards where I can see the chat coming in. I can't respond to it, but I can see it. So we will check that out. I also noticed that when I comment in here, it goes out to all the channels where we are. So I get it 3 times in my chat. So it's kind of interesting.
Okay.
I dropped the link in there for, there we go, I'll show it. The link for the Sue Miller and Carolyn Levitt interview. That took a while to find, but yeah.
I see that.
There's also the other style. So if you look where your name is, this is minimal. So I don't know if you guys like this better or
the
other one. The brighter.
I think brighter is going to be better, honestly, because since we're recording these for posterity, like it would be great for viewers to be able to look in anytime and like
see who that is.
Yeah. Joan said, "Smells beautiful, palm trees and tiaras." So me, hi Kimberly.
Kimberly, hey Kim. Kimberly. So I'm still navigating myself, and I realized that when I'm in full screen, you don't have access to the comments or anything else. You have to come out of full screen, right? I mean, I couldn't see them at all. So as a panelist, as a panelist, you have to be off of full screen. Then you can see chats and comments.
Oh, okay. So you guys can see it now?
Now I can see it, yeah. Before I couldn't.
We just can't comment. So I can see everybody's comments. Hi, everybody, which makes me really happy. But yay! But I'm not able to comment back. That's what I was asking. Oh my God. So Kimberly, I don't know if you know this. Kimberly's nickname on the Blaze now is Shimmy, because whenever I see something that she likes, she just does this like, I can't do it like you guys can do it. But like, so I call her
Shimmy.
And now Margaret also does Shimmy. So you guys can have a shimmy off, which is really exciting.
That's called the limbo, isn't it?
Not anymore. It's called the shimmy off now. It's going to be like the shimmy off.
I defer to others. I'm not going to get involved.
Tom is like, okay, so today I usually have to hear about makeup. Today I'm hearing about gowns that you buy and you can return.
Tiaras, doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good.
You're getting a tiara, mister.
Anissa, it should be pointed out, Anissa was correcting herself on the book that she's reading. It's not Library Thief. It's Midnight Library.
Awesome. That sounds
thank you for that.
Intriguing. We would love to know what that's about. And by the way, you guys, speaking of tiaras, which I need to design today, but Blaze has swag now. So I posted it on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm going to do it every Tuesday because it's Civic Swag. So it's called Blaze the Vote, and it's all about encouraging other people to vote. And we have T-shirts and sweatshirts and mugs and knee socks, and I'm making caps, phone covers. Like, what else do we have? Cool stuff. We have all the things. Travelers, I think, and I know Rachel Barenbaum wanted a song, so I'm going to make her a song. And I think I should design a Blaze the Vote tiara, and that will be for you, Tom, that you can wear. Because I know you feel left out when we all have tiaras.
No, not at all. Happy to have a tiara. I'm good.
Thank you. Yes,
Nice.
Actually, Margaret. So for whatever reason, like Margaret made this fantastic merch Bitly that we could just click on, but it wasn't working. So now we can try it. But unfortunately, when I posted it, people were having a hard time buying the swag, and we want you all to buy the swag, of course. You know?
Yes. And I have a request for the folks who are watching. Can you click that link there on the screen and see if that works? Because it should work, right? It should be a linkable link.
It's not.
Or not? No, it's not. Okay.
So when it's on the screen, people can see it more easily because it's bigger. But if we want people to be able to click on it, we have to put it in the comments. But I won't because apparently
that's fine. I'm going to
do it right now, you guys. I'm going to do it right now. I'm so excited to show the swag. I can't even control myself. So I'm just going to
put it in the chat and Facebook.
I am going to do that. Kimberly, what are you reading today? Tell us. Tell us what you are reading. We would like to know. Inquiring minds. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can do this.
We're all waiting with bated breath.
We're with breath that is bated. So you guys, this is embarrassing, but I don't know how to cut and paste a thing in Chrome. Like how to cut and paste.
It's Mac, right? So it should be the same.
It's not. I can't do it. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, it's not letting me do it, and now I can't find it.
Oh, she's Kimberly's reading Monogamy by Sue Miller as well as.
There we go. Oh, that's what I'm reading too. Oh my God! Look.
That's yep. So
where is it?
Kimberly came in a little bit late. We went through the books we're reading. Kimberly, I'm reading Nickel Boys, and we had a little discussion about that, which was really great.
Kimberly, what do you think so far?
It's amazing, she says.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, good.
That's wait, it's amazing in all caps. So she has the Owen Meany voice going on the and it's amazing.
And I just wanted to roll out a couple things. Tom said he might have to go soon. So the other things that we were working on were the slide. So we can do that when we're all muted, sort of in a green room. And I'm going to, shamelessly use this one because this is my thing later today.
Good. Please.
Woo! Oh my God, how cool is that? I love it.
Yeah.
It's on BookTube, right? Margaret, you are so much cuter than that picture. What is that? You are so cute. What? I mean, like, you're so vibrant and adorable. And like that picture is just like I came out of the closet. Like, come on, girl.
I'm gonna cut away from Margaret's thing here and say hi to Patty from Vermont because she said hello from Vermont. So hi, Patty.
Patty, thank you so much. Can you guys try? I put in the comment section. Oh wait, no, I can't do it. So Margaret, I popped the Mighty Blaze merch into our private chat comment section. Because Margaret is hosting us today, she will be able to post it in our comments. So if you guys want Mighty Blaze, Civic Swag, Shimmy Swag, apparently. I know Kimberly, curses, I should be on to Shimmy right now. Margaret is stealing my Shimmy. But if you guys need Civic Swag to help everybody remember to vote and to encourage everybody to vote for Biden.
For the same choice. Okay,
I just popped out.
It slipped out by accident.
I'll
say this. We're not going to promote anyone, but I will say, who's Henry going to vote for? Who's Henry Higgins going to vote for?
Oh, funny you should ask that.
As if it was planned. And it wasn't even.
And I want to roll a video clip just to show you what it looks like before we go and see how the sound is too.
dogs for.
Oh, nice.
I literally just took this off my sleeping puppy's neck, but like he's out there canvassing all the time, and he can canvass in a way people can't during quarantine because he's a dog, so he can't get COVID. Although there is kennel cough going around, which is bad, so we have to canvass from a distance. But Henry likes Biden, and he loves Camelot. So
Nice.
I tried to talk him out of it. I was like, Henry, you have to use your mind, like He was like, no, but I like the nice man. He looks like he smells like bacon. Oh, and a lady, she is like a very strong lady. Like you are a very opinionated lady also. So I like that.
Nice.
The other man is scary. He looks like my chew toy that I have. Okay, Margaret.
Yeah. You've got a video, Margaret, you said you wanted to?
So I don't have the Sanibel video. I tried to go to an MP4 converter site and it was freaking out. So I don't have the Sanibel video as a file.
As a file.
But we'll get that soon. So I just the recording of us last time. Because it takes the comments from there and feeds them in here. So it's all in one place.
Okay, great. And I'm not logged in, so I will totally test that immediately. So I'm going to this Jola Baca Flood P.
Yeah. So that was us earlier, like testing out different bits and pieces as well. That was Sarah Christensen Fu being amazing and trying to pronounce Yola Boca Float.
And can I give a plug for that before we all jump off? Oh, and also I'm going to show you my other book that I'm reading right now because it also is a Blaze book.
Yay!
I can't see. Who's it by, Jenna?
It's by Jordan
Lashak and Christopher Ho.
And Christopher Ho. I'm so sorry, you guys, if I'm mispronouncing.
Oh, there we go.
No doubt I am mispronouncing. So these guys are amazing. They are a Democrat and a Republican who went on a road trip together across America looking to see if they could find some common ground. And if you want to know if they did, you can buy the book. But the reason I bring this up, besides the fact that I'm reading it and hoping desperately that we can find common ground, is that Mark Cecil, our thoughtful bro, is hosting these guys at 2 on Tuesday. On Pub Day.
Nice.
So I'm super excited if you guys are interested in seeing if they actually did find common ground and asking them some questions. Like, please join us at 2 on Tuesday because it's going to be, I think, a very lively discussion. And I am going to be doing the social media engagement on that. So I get to hang out with everybody and that's going to be a joy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Joan, what did you buy? What swag did you buy?
We'll see if she got something off the
Oh, she was out shopping with the swag. I didn't get that. So yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Right. I'm glad Jen was shopping for swag, and that sounds good. Y'all are reading like yummy stuff.
Nice.
Kimberly and I are reading Yummy Sue Miller and Yummy Democrats and Republicans. So those sound really good.
Great. I love it.
All right, you guys. So we should wrap this up. We've taken enough of your mornings already. Tom has places to go. I have swag to design. And if you guys want any Blaze swag, Civic Swag or otherwise, let us know because I will design it for you. So if you want a Blaze, I don't know, jogging bra or Tom, that's for you. Tiara.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Something
Blaze,
with glitter. Something with sparkles.
Something sparkly, right?
Blaze, just like a Blaze glitter bomb would be good, I feel like, and like little blazes would come out of it. Like maybe that, more dog collars. It's a Blaze dog hoodie. So
for little dogs, though, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
don't know. I might try to stuff Henry into a Blaze the Boat hoodie, but if you guys like think of anything that you want, dog booties, you want boots, boot-made leggings. I don't know. Just let me know. I will make it. We can wrap your car for you. That'll be good too. And don't forget, on your calendars, October 24th, October 25th, we're going to be here with Sanibel all day, every day. There's a big party on Saturday night, which is the pre-party for Christina Baker Klein's keynote. She of the Orphan Train. And the new book Exiles is going to be the keynote, which is fantastic. And like the lineup is just like unparalleled. So if you check out on the Sanibel Facebook page, you'll see the lineup.
Yep. It starts at noon on Saturday and Sunday and runs, as Jenna said, all day into the evening. It's going to be great.
It's going to be run all night because I am seeing the party. So I'm going to be like, wait, come back, everybody. I'm not done with my drink. So it's going to be really fun.
It is.
All right.
Great. Excellent.
So you guys don't do anything. I'll cut out the feed and see you in a second.
Okay, bye.
All right, good. Bye, everybody. Good seeing everyone. Thanks for joining us today.